Good morning, everyone. My name is Dana Simmons. I'm a Terra alumna and a graduate of Braemar School. And thanks to both programs and a couple of very special people in them, I'm now a teacher at Queen Elizabeth High School. But that's getting a little bit ahead of my alumna story. Although every teen parent story is different, many of them share a few things in common. Terra and Braemar are catalysts for our hopeful futures. When I was 14, I became infatuated with a boy. I come from a loving, caring, and supportive family. My parents were always very clear that they wanted to see my brother and I flourish, find success, and help make the world a better place. I wanted that too. But in grade 9, my priorities changed. I started hanging out with older kids, attending parties, and experimenting with drugs and alcohol. I disregarded everything my parents had ever taught me. And it was all to gain the attention of my crush. He was my sole priority and my only focus in life. Well, after a short 5 months, that relationship came to an end. I was truly devastated. But my family helped me, and I was able to put the pieces of my life back together in time to start high school. Unfortunately, it was too late for me. During those short 5 months, I became pregnant at 15 years old. I felt ashamed, confused, scared, alone, and in denial of my situation. I think everyone, including me, believed my future was over. Then came the advice. Everyone had an opinion on what I should do, everyone except for me. Until I attended my first ultrasound and saw that little heart beating, then it didn't matter what anyone had to say. I knew that I wanted to keep my baby. Thankfully, my family supported me. They didn't give up on me. My mom found out about Terra and Braemar. I can remember walking into Braemar School for the first time. I was there to meet the principal, Sue Bell. I doubt she remembers this meeting, but it was a pivotal point in my life. She was supportive and inspirational. She told me that I could be a great parent and get a great education, and I believed her. I completed my first year of high school, and along the way, Terra helped me learn how to be a great parent to my son, Caden. Caden was born toward the end of my grade 10 year at Braemar, and after a short maternity leave, I quickly returned to school to keep up the momentum. During that time, Terra helped me set parenting goals and achieve them. I gained confidence in my parenting and demonstrated that I could keep my son and that I could do this. When I started grade 11, Caden started attending the on-site early learning and childcare program at Braemar School. I felt really comfortable knowing that he was just down the hall from my classes. It went a long way toward helping me finish my school and obtaining my high school diploma. It was not an easy time for my family, but this was a new journey for all of us. But Terra had the experience, resources, and wisdom to help navigate it. Terra provided access to funding, infant clothes, books, and toys for baby Caden. There were support groups and staff who offered supportive shoulders to cry on when times got hard. The Child Care Center even coordinated an on-site immunization clinic, so I didn't need to take time away from school. One of my fondest memories is participating in the youth leadership program as a Terra ambassador. Public speaking and sharing my story were very empowering experiences. I graduated from Braemar School in 2009, and I kept on going. I received a Terra scholarship to attend the University of Alberta and subsequently completed my Bachelor of Science. I then completed an after degree in secondary education. I became a teacher because I know what young people can achieve with the right support at the right time with encouragement. And if you can believe this, Braemar's principal, Sue Bell, well, she changed my life twice. Once I graduated, I started substitute teaching. Last year, I received a phone call from the principal of Queen Elizabeth High School, Sue Bell. Sue offered me a full-time job in the individual support program at Queen Elizabeth High School. She stepped into my life and gave me the opportunity to reach for my full potential once again. I have an incredible job. I work with students with profound and complex cognitive, medical, and physical needs. It's an opportunity to help a vulnerable population that needs some extra support, not unlike most teen parents, to thrive. I have a great career, but as I said, my other goal is to be a great parent. And I believe that even though parenting is the hardest job in the world, I'm achieving that too. Caden is now 12 years old, and I've worked really hard to be present in his life. My father and I helped coach his soccer team for a number of years. I made sure he was part of Boy Scouts and did swimming lessons. I always made sure that he had time with his friends, and we've gone on some really great vacations together. Overall, he's a really smart, well-adjusted guy, and he's really funny too. We have welcomed a really wonderful man into our lives. I got married in August of 2017, and this year we completed the process of step-parent adoption to make our family status official. There's a perception out there about teen parents, that they are incapable. I thought that about myself when I got pregnant, but that's not true when there's Terra and people like Sue Bell. I'm proud to be here to tell my story, and I'm proud to be Caden's mom. I'm grateful to both Braemar and Terra for supporting me on my journey. Thank you.
So I do remember you at Braemar, Dana. You were a remarkable young woman, and you are remarkable now. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sue Bell. You heard Dana mention that I'm the former principal of Braemar School and the current principal of Queen Elizabeth High School. I was also a young mother. I didn't have Terra or Braemar as part of my journey, but I can say that I wish I did, because I know that it takes a village to raise a child. When you're a young parent working so hard to find your footing, determine your future, and give your child the best start in life, then the small things, like an ear to listen to, can become very big things. I grew up on a large farm in rural Alberta. I married young and had my son a few months before I turned 19. Consequently, I was divorced at 20. As you can imagine, it was a really hard time in my life. I was a single, young, divorced mom. But regardless of what I was, I knew what I wanted to be, and also who I wanted my son to be. I wanted us to have a good, stable life with lots of opportunities. I knew, even at 19 as a single mom, that this would require a good education. So I spent the next 10 years working very hard to put myself through university. And it was hard. Unbelievably hard at times. Dana and I share that lived experience. As principal at Braemar, I knew how important it would be to create an environment where young parents could rise up, believe in themselves, find their independence, and achieve incredible things. With Terra at the helm providing comprehensive support, there is an amazing community that embraces young parents who are working hard to achieve their promising future, just like Dana and I did. Dana is a wonderful example of a Terra alumni. I'm proud to say that I could be standing up here with many young parents who have their own brilliant stories of fortitude, strength, and overcoming barriers and challenges. Dana, it was an honor to have you as a student at Braemar School. You worked hard, you created lifelong friendships, and always kept your sense of humor and your love for life. Now it's an honor and an inspiration to see you giving all those gifts and so many more to the young people in our school. You are a living example of how supporting a teen parent is an investment in determined, compassionate, and driven leaders who not only want to do the best for themselves and their families, but for the people around them. I didn't find myself as the principal of Braemar School by accident, and I know the same is true for you and your work at Braemar School with our profoundly disabled students. We are shaped by our experiences, and when given the opportunity to make a difference in the life of others, we both know how much that support can mean. By coming today, you, as members of our community, show that young parents do matter, and that they can, should, and will be supported along their journey. Thank you for being here today. Even though you're not